Hey guys, it's Joe. Happy Saturday morning. This is a Pocket with Joe. Appreciate you guys for joining me here this morning. Now, we are going to talk some NHL, and I cannot wait. We've got one great game on the board with the Colorado Avalanche and the St. Louis Blues matching up tonight. Now, I know we were all expecting the Tampa Bay Lightning and Florida Panthers game to happen, but that has been moved to tomorrow due to a concert. So we've only got the one game on the board, but one great game to focus on. Just while everyone jumps on the stream here, let's look at what happened yesterday on the ice. We had the New York Rangers and the Carolina Hurricanes battle it out. Now, the Canes were able to get a win in a low scoring game. So the under was beautiful money there, and the under in that first period, with neither team being able to score in the first period. Canes came out getting a 2-0 win. Now, as for the other game on the board last night, we had the Edmonton Oilers come out and beat my Calgary Flames. The game started off very much like the game that we saw in the first round of the series, with Calgary scoring 2 goals fast within that first period. But Edmonton did answer back in that one. So hats off to Mike Smith for having a phenomenal game. The defense really did step up for the Edmonton Oilers as well. They won the game 5-3. Now, these two teams will head to Edmonton for the next game. That will be tomorrow. So it's going to be an exciting one. I was riding in this one, Calgary's team total over 3.5. And I really do think that fourth goal should not have been taken back. If you watch this game, they took it back, and they took back one on Edmonton too. I actually think both of these teams deserve that extra goal. Edmonton one was a little bit more questionable, but for Calgary, that puck was never under Mike Smith. They whistled it off. So it was a bad beat, definitely in that one, not getting Calgary's team total over 3.5. And yes, you're right. Calgary absolutely came out on fire in that one. So it was a good game. They have to come out on fire over Edmonton every single time they play them, because Edmonton, once they get up on you, is a hard team to beat. Going to be completely honest with you guys there. So I like the game plan that they've been playing. They just have to play stronger defensively and not let Edmonton control in their zone. So let's look at tonight's game. We have the Colorado Avalanche taking on the St. Louis Blues. Now, this game is in St. Louis. The series is a tied 1 apiece, with the St. Louis Blues getting the win in the last game. Now, they got a 4-1 win in that last one. The Avs won the first game there. Now, the Avs are coming in as the favorite on the road. They've been the favorite in this series every single game. Minus 176 on that money line, which is gross to pay there. Plus 146 if you like the St. Louis Blues tonight, with a total of 6.5. Now, this is going to be a phenomenal game. We have Kemper coming out in a goal for the Colorado Avalanche. He has a 2.54 goals against average. Binghamton, 3.13 goals against average overall this season, but he is absolutely standing on his head playing against the Colorado Avalanche. I cannot believe what he has done here, how well he is playing. Now, game one, the Avs won 3-2, and it was an overtime win. The last game, we did see the Blues come out and dominate, getting that 4-1 win. I was looking at team totals for the St. Louis Blues in this, but we're paying a lot of juice. This might be one, if you're throwing together a parlay, you could throw in there, because I am pretty sure they will get 3 goals on Kemper tonight. Their team total is over 2.5, but it's minus 148. So high on that juice end. I think we have a great game, one that the St. Louis Blues can pull off the upset. Now, taking them plus 1.5 on that puck line, again, no value at minus 175, but taking them straight up at plus 146 on the money line, I do think is worth a sprinkle. They're just doing so well on the power play. They're playing excellent against Colorado. Defense is really limiting these shots, but Binghamton, again, I doubted him in the last game. I did think Colorado would get the goals on him. They were only able to get 1. Only able to get 3, with that third one coming in overtime in game 1. I'm looking for him to be re-energized here at home, to come out and have another strong game. Do I think the St. Louis Blues win both games at home in this one? No, I don't. I really do think Colorado wins one of these. We go back to Colorado with this being 2 apiece. I'm willing at plus 146 to sprinkle on the St. Louis Blues today and tomorrow as well, because I do think they get one of these wins at home. I think the best way to take this is to take the total over 6.5. I think what we have seen is offenses are limited so far, especially the Colorado Avalanche. I do think they get some goals on the board tonight. We've seen the St. Louis Blues be able to get them on Kemper. I think we see Colorado put in a couple as well on Binghamton here, and we get this over 6.5. Now the over is 6-2 in the last 8 meetings between these two teams. 6-1-1 in the last 8 meetings in St. Louis. And when we look at the Avs in their last 8 games following a home loss of 3 or more goals, they are 6-2 to that over. And the St. Louis Blues coming into a playoff game as an underdog are also 6-2 to that over. So give me the over 6.5. If you have a feeling that Colorado is going to get all of the scoring tonight, I did have their team total. It was over 3.5 at -110. So depending on which way you think this game is going to go is the way that I look at team totals. So if I think one team is going to win it, and I backtracked the other day, I was really believing in St. Louis. I had St. Louis on the puck line, but ended up taking the Colorado Avalanche team total over that 3.5. Of course, they only got 1 goal. Don't second guess yourself, you guys. It's the worst thing you can do. You kick yourself later. I should have taken the Blues team total over that 2.5. We were getting better juice on that. We weren't paying as much in the last game. This game at -148, I'm not in love with it, but I do think it's one that you can throw in somewhere, as I do think this is a higher scoring game. And the Blues can pull off one of these wins here at home in this one. And when you look at the Blues at home, it's really interesting. The Blues, the underdog, has won in 4 of the last 5 games in St. Louis. So I think they have the value tonight. There are also the Blues come in here 8-3 in their last 11 home games. They're also 7-3 in their last 10 games as an underdog. So you guys, this is going to be a great game. I can't wait to see how it shakes out. I think we've got a really competitive series on our hands here. I really do think this one goes back to Colorado for game 5, tied 2 apiece. So just to recap my bets, I think the best way to take this game is the total over 6.5. If you're willing to pay juice, the Blues team total over 2.5, I think is easy money here. I really do think we see them getting 3 goals. Both defenses are playing phenomenal. I'm not taking anything against the defenses, taking the over 6.5 here, but I do think the offenses really do need to shine, especially for Colorado. They need to start getting these goals. They're getting the shots on goal. Binghamton is doing fantastic, though. So if he completely stands on his head and shuts out the Colorado Avalanche, we're not going to get that over. But I do think the Blues team total definitely hits that over 2.5 at -148. And then I'm going to sprinkle on the St. Louis Blues here, +140. I'm going to sprinkle on them tomorrow. If they don't win today's game, I'm going to sprinkle on them heavier tomorrow, because I do think they come out and win one of these ones at home. But you guys, thank you for joining me for Pocket with Joe. Appreciate it. For everyone watching on YouTube, make sure you comment below this video. Let me know how you're betting this game. Any other angles that you are looking at that I didn't discuss? Put us on winners if you've got one. So you guys, have a great day. Keep smiling, and let's make some freaking money. Bye, guys. Join me later for another sports update.